haters.
You feel like you're diving in a little too deep on
diving in huge step.
I'm not sure where the commonality is.
You're a sexist pig! Transsexual daughter to get fucked! She needs to experiment her new pussy! Fuck! What a big black cock! You're transphobic!
I don't know why I feel the way I do, but we always...
What the?
I'm not gay, I'm not attracted to men.
Okay, but the door is allowed to be closed, and if it's closed, that usually is a sign of something.
We still have done it! No! LGBT, there's still discriminated against! We haven't done it! No!
Being liked by the way that you look is worse than not being liked at all. The problem with pretending to be something you're not is that you get to a point where nothing is real. We don't want to appear foolish to avoid the appearance of foolishness. And 9 times out of 10, that reason alone is what keeps many people living alive.
I hate this channel.
No!
All right, Dr. Cat, why did my pet get fat after a spay or a neuter?
Okay, so this is a really common question. When we spay or neuter an animal, we're decreasing their calorie requirements by about 10%. We're changing their hormones. But are we changing their diet? Oftentimes, we think in our industry that, oh, when my puppy turns 1, they're an adult. All of a sudden, they're an adult. That 1-year-old birthday in humans is so important, right? Big party. With our pups, it depends upon their breed, their size, their characteristics on when they need to be switched to an adult food. So if a puppy is getting spayed around 6 months of age, they shouldn't be on high-calorie puppy food for another 6 months. They're going to gain weight. That's too much for their system.
2 years ago, I was on my way to one of the greatest institutions in the world, but I was actually struggling severely with mental health issues.
All right, was it serious?
I started binge eating and I gained weight and more weight and more weight. And now, almost 100 pounds heavier, here I am today. As long as I get off my lazy ass,
you keep making empty promises. You're like, I got this, I can do this, I'm gonna change.
I do experience fat shaming from my family.
It makes me feel really humiliated.
Ladies and gentlemen, class is in session. Let me explain the differences of men and women. Difference number 1. Men are superior. I'm gonna stop. I'm a professional. There are clear differences between men and women. It's all laid out for you. But if you're stupid enough to not understand it, I'll break it down even further. Hips. We men do not have hourglass shapes. Some of us might, most of us don't. Men have broad shoulders. We have this so we can attract all of our mates. Without broad shoulders, how is a woman supposed to know what a man is supposed to look like? Hands. Our hands are very big compared to women. We have big hands, so both of our balls can actually fit in them just in case, an emergency situation. Guys have bigger heads. Doesn't mean that we have bigger brains, but we do have bigger heads. And then there's the feet. Men are also taller than women, by average. We have bigger backs than women. Women have bigger butts than guys. Guys have bigger hands and feet than women. These are generalization. What's that? But of course, there's only one true standard for being a man. And that's, of course, these guys. Everyone should live the lifestyle of Joe Rogan if you want to be a man. If you don't want to be a man, hey, you can always live like the Try Guys Soy Boys. But if you want to be a real fucking man, live the life hard nipple Joe Rogan lived. Getting a reading of there's a lot of differences between men and women here. Exhibit number 2. A penis can be turned into a vagina, but a vagina cannot turn into a penis. And as you can see, the process here is, oh God, they split your dick in half. Split it right here, right down the middle, like that, and then they just fold it inside out. There's your vagina, buddy. Unfortunately, there's another thing that men can't change about their bodies, and that's the ability to have periods. Now, I had this discussion with my wife recently, and I asked her, honey, do you consider a person who hasn't had a period to be a woman? And she said no. And I asked her why, and she said, well, because they haven't really experienced the period stuff. You know, that's something that literally only women get. And only if you're a woman can you actually experience. So men can't get periods, and because of that, by nature, they will never actually understand what it is to be a woman. They can't give birth either. And don't bring up that bullshit of transplanting fucking uteruses from a dead fucking woman to a trans man. I've never seen that work, and if it has worked, it's weird. The only time men bleed is in war or in fights or when they die. That's the only time you're gonna bleed as a man. Besides that, you're pretty much fucked. This is Dr. Naruto, tuning out. Thank you for hosting me, JY.
So about 2 years ago, I made a video called Iamjazz, part of an unpopular opinion segment that I had on my YouTube channel. The reason why I started the unpopular opinions was because there were some things going on around that time that I felt like I had to give my opinion on because no one was saying it. And the latest season of Iamjazz has come out, and I think because of that, maybe my video has been pushed in the algorithms, but I've been getting inundated with comments after comments after comments of you guys being awesome, like really supportive, very little negative comments, surprisingly. And I really did that video in kind of like a rhetorical tone, where I was playing the part of a person who was defending Jazz for her decisions and trying to vocalize in an ironic way why this stuff doesn't really make sense by pitching it to you.
And if you don't, you're a sexist pig! How dare you not want your transsexual daughter to get fucked?
That was the idea. I was being a salesman for the trans community. Well, 2 years have passed by. Jazz is now, I guess, 18, 19 years old. And I don't know. I think she's grown on me. Like, I really do think that this character or this person, I've basically been following their whole entire life. Just because since this person was a little girl or a little boy or whatever the hell you want to call it, she's been famous. In some ways, I feel bad for her because, I don't know. I can see myself as a little kid being coached into thinking that I'm something I'm not. I could see that. And I could see a lot of little kids going through the same thing. I don't think she's a bad person. I honestly feel really bad for her. And notice how I'm actually using the proper gender, because I don't want to, like, disrespect this person, right? If she feels that she's a woman, then that's fine. You know, I don't have a problem with that. She took the steps to actually look like a woman, and I gotta say, you know, now it's she looks like a woman. There's nothing I could say about that. Those hormone pills really do work. So I'm not gonna attack her for her life decisions. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm really not anti-trans. I'm not anti-gay. I'm not anti any LGBT stuff, you know. But I do have an issue with her parents. And I really do have an issue with TLC. And I think, if anything, separating Jazz from the equation, what TLC and her parents have done to this girl, just put yourself in the position of, from the outside, looking in, and seeing these adults manipulating a little girl, or a little boy, or whatever she was at the time. He, whatever. I don't know what you do with a trans person after they become trans. Do you consider the person before they were trans as a male? I have no idea. But regardless, adults manipulating a young child, making them super famous since they were a little kid, making them the face of a whole trans movement. I feel like that's exploitative. They're using this person's psychological problems to make money. And that's not solely on the parents. That's a TLC thing. And I've touched on that a whole bunch of times. That TLC is like a road show, right? Like you go to a carnival and you'll see TLC. And then the shows in TLC are like the people, the sideshow attraction. And TLC's making bank. Admission tickets, advertisements, all this stuff, making bank, billions of dollars off of these people. And these people get maybe $50,000 for their contract and maybe some, royalties after the fact. In exchange, they get humiliated on national TV. And that clip is out there for the rest of their lives. I don't know. Doesn't seem like a good trade-off to me. As far as Jazz parents, I'm not anti-Semitic, but I'm going to just say how it is. They're fucking greedy Jews, bro. Like the fact that you'd capitalize on your daughter so hard that you'd push them into getting a sex change operation before they're even 18, I think. She was born in the year 2000. Okay, so she was 18 years old when she got gender confirmation surgery, I guess. But the hormone pills were being done since what? She was like 10, 8, early life? Jennings was born in South Florida to parents Greg and Janet, aka Owen Wilson, the family of Jews. They're Jews. I mean, there's nothing I could do about that. Like, if they were black, I'd say they're black. But they're Jews, okay? So just take that for what it is. Jennings has an older sister, Ari, and 2 older brothers, Sander and Griffin, which nobody cares about. And the latest season of Iamjazz has taken a pivot. 6 years old, Jennings and her family began to appear on television to speak about the challenges of growing up transgendered. So at 6 years old, this little girl is going out there on national TV being paraded around the whole entire world. Look how young this person who decided that she's a girl. Oh my God. How revolutionary that this little boy now thinks he's a little girl. We got to put it all across the nation. Like, no, I don't think so. The Rosie Show. What the fuck is the Rosie Show? I guess I was back in 2006. In 2007, Jennings and her parents founded Trans Kid Purple Rainbow Foundation to assist transgender youth. So, her parents decided to build a business to help convert more little boys into little girls or vice versa. Now, you could grab that from a libtard perspective and be like, oh, they're just helping out confused kids. Yeah, sure, I guess. You could say it like that. But what's really going on is they're going around the nation talking to children, explaining to children why it's okay if they feel like a woman, and there's these things called hormone blockers that they could take, and ask your parents if you could take your hormone blockers and you could start transitioning into a girl, and by the time you're 18, we'll cut your penis off. In 2011, Iamjazz, a family in transition, that's the show called, on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Fucking Oprah, why'd you co-sign this, Oprah? In 2013, Jennings founded Purple Rainbow Tails, a company in which she fashions rubber-made tails to raise money for transgender children. Now, please explain to me, somebody please explain to me what they're using that money for. Well, let's see if we can think this through. They have a staff. The staff has to get paid. An organization has executives and higher ups. They also have to take a chunk of that. What's the rest? Where's the rest of operations, I guess? Events, sure. I think it's going to an emergency fund where when kids decide they want to chop their dicks off, this emergency fund gives them the money to do so. That's what I think money for transgender children is for. In the same year, in the following interview with Barbara Walters on 2020, they discussed Jennings' 2.5-year battle in the United States Soccer Foundation. Oh yeah, of course. The governing U.S. body for sports to allow her to play on the girls' team, aided by the National Center for Lesbian Rights. She succeeded in changing the U.S. SF policies to allow trans students to play. Now, that is unfair. It's the same thing what just recently happened where that fucking Jeopardy woman won Jeopardy for on Jeopardy. There was a transgendered person, and they won the most amount of money a female has ever won on Jeopardy. A transgendered woman, a man a person who used to be a man and now is a woman, won the highest Jeopardy prize in the women's division. I have a problem with that because I, unlike these transgendered dweebs, am actually a feminist. And I like women. I love them. I want women to succeed. I wish we would get a woman president if she was qualified. I'm not Hillary Clinton, that's for sure. But I'm pro-woman. And so when you say that a transgender person won the highest prize in the women's division for Jeopardy, that means that there was a woman out there that didn't win that prize. So, and could have, probably, maybe not. Because it's actually pointing out a bigger thing. It's saying that women aren't smart enough to win the highest payout in Jeopardy. They're not that smart to actually get like a lot of money back. The guys are way better at it. So what are we saying here? Are we saying that the elephant's in the room? Are we saying that girls are stupid? Really? Because we had to get a transgendered woman to win that. You understand where I'm getting at here? So when you decide that it's a good idea to allow transgendered boys to play in the girls' team, you can see how the guys are going to start taking over all the whole entire team. Sorry, not guys. You can see how the transgendered women would take over the whole entire team. It's ridiculous. It's going to get to a point where it's just going to be transgender guys on the team. It's just going to be, instead of women playing sports, it's just going to be transgender girls. How do we want to square this? Do we think that women can compete with men? No, nobody thinks that. Maybe they could compete intellectually. Maybe they can do a Jeopardy fucking battle. But when it comes to athleticism, when it comes to running and kicking a ball and not getting tired, women and men are two different animals when it comes to that. They're different species. Men are superior in every way when it comes to physical activities because we developed our evolutionary biology to be able to outrun those tigers and cheetahs out in the wild so we can hunt and gather food for our family. And what the hell are we going to do without men?
What the hell are we going to do without men? You look around the city here, you see all these buildings go up. These men, they're doing impossible things. They're under the streets, working on the sewers. They're up on the power lines in the storms and the rain. They're keeping this impossible infrastructure functioning, this thing that works in a miraculous manner. They work themselves to death, and often literally.
Now listen here. I don't have a problem with these people. I really don't. Why would I care about what you put in your butt and who you do it with? I do not care. I really don't. It doesn't matter. Why are we so caught up in it? The problem that I'm having is that they're being shoved in my face. That's the issue. That's the real hardcore issue. So in 2014, Jennings was a guest at the GLAAD Media Awards, sharing the stage with Zach Wells and Lawrence Foster. Let's check it out. Jazz Jennings. Whoa! Did she go on stage? Oh, here we go.
Many impactful stories from the trans community that we want everyone to experience. Just check out the new Trans 100 list, which GLAAD helped launch earlier this month. For some truly powerful and positive content.
Oh, that girl's not that bad looking, dude. I appreciate her being there. God damn. Look at those hips. Is that real? Looks fake. This was in 2014, so she would have been 14 years old here. Okay, so she's 14 years old here. Just picture your 14-year-old Up there on stage representing the trans community. Okay. Not weird at all. Uh-huh.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's amazing to be here tonight, representing all of the LGBTQ kids and teens out there. I just want them to know that it's okay to step out of your shadows and just
It's fine. I agree.
just be true to yourself.
That's fine. Okay, cool.
Because after all, we are
Uh-huh.
just kids.
Duh.
All kids deserve to be happy.
Okay, cool. I like that message, you know? That's wholesome. That's actually wholesome. I could back that up. Is that it? Cuz I'm on board. Let's let kids express themselves. I'm all on board.
My family and I want to thank GLAAD for supporting the trans community and helping us share our story.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
I just want to say that playing McKinley High School's first trans youth would not be possible without the real-life inspiration of this little girl right here in front of Iamjazz and all the work of brave actors and actresses who came before them.
All right.
This GLAAD staff member here tonight who was a true role model for all of the actors in our generation. He played the first openly gay teen on TV.
Who? Openly gay teen. Drake Bell? Oh, Wilson Cruz. I don't know who that is, but okay. All right, so she was there. Nice. Okay. What's... Oh, Jesus. Uh-huh. Glad?
Everybody, it's Sassy, and I'm here on the red carpet at the GLAAD Awards in Los Angeles with the legendary Lauren.
Oh, is that Lauren Foster? Oh, Lauren. Oh, my. What a specimen. Lauren.
Foster and Jazz, how are you?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Overwhelming too, but fun. Yeah.
She's very charismatic, you know? Like, all in all, very charismatic kid.
What is it like hanging out with the legendary Lauren Foster?
Well, she's tall as shit. She's like towering over me. Like, Jesus, Lauren, you look like a fucking scary skeleton. Like, I would not want to be next to this person. I would just feel uneasy. Stop moving around back there, dogs. I would feel uneasy around this person. Like, just them like, yes. Yes. Speak about me. And it's like, oh, I don't know. Can you leave?
Well, she is just awesome, and
we have a lot of fun together.
Oh, don't say that.
You like popsicles?
Shut up! Get out! Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Okay. I'll make the joke. Okay. So imagine if this was a dude next to a little boy. And he utters the phrase, "We have a lot of fun together." I'm sorry, in what universe is that not right? We should allow 40-year-old men, or however old this person is, 60, whatever, to hang out with 14-year-old boys. What's the deal? They can have fun together. They can have fun together. Maybe they can compare stuff. You know? They could trade secrets. How about that? Don't you know that a 60-year-old man and a 14-year-old boy have a lot in common together? They could have a lot of fun, boys. A lot of fun.
I'm kind of mentoring her through her teens, but she has the love and support of a beautiful family right there, which I did, and so I have her back, which is beautiful. Look at this beautiful girl.
I mean, I guess, like, if I was friends with a transgendered, would you call a 14-year-old girl beautiful? I guess it's okay to call her beautiful. It wouldn't be that weird. Okay, I'm gonna let this one slide.
Very lucky.
Yeah, it's been a fun experience, yeah.
I'm sure. So are you getting used to the red carpets now?
Not really, but it's always fun though, yeah.
And how did you two meet,
It
Lauren?
doesn't look like a red carpet. It looks like a LGBTQ carpet. You think they just roll out a rainbow flag? Like, just... That would be perfect. Honestly, I would love that. If I was the coordinator, I would do the rainbow flag thing. I really would. I really would.
It's always fun though, yeah.
Oh,
And
God.
how did you two meet, Lauren?
We actually met at the club in New York, and we started speaking at rehearsals, and actually she came down,
Oh, that's her mom. That's Owen Wilson back there. Owen Wilson in the shot.
and we just had the most beautiful day, and we talk all the time, and yeah, it's a good thing.
What was that like being on the yacht with Lauren?
Well, that was a lot of fun too, yeah.
On the yacht with Lauren. Oh, my. How many hours do you think they spent together on that yacht? Huh? 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 How many hours?
Yeah.
That's very exciting. Thank you so much
Oh,
for stopping
God.
by. It's so good to see you and
This
meet
is
you. And of course,
Jazz, don't talk to Lauren Foster anymore. I do not approve anymore. She is scary. She towers over people. She's menacing looking. She wants you to hang out on her yacht. You guys have a lot of... No. Like, we're not doing this. No. I forbid you, Jazz, from being further tainted by any other adult around you.
thank you so much for stopping by. It's so good to see you and meet you.
God. Thank you so much, darling. I cannot move my face, but you would definitely see a smile on my face if I could move it.
When I walked into the makeup room,
Okay,
I see
I guess we're
Tommy
getting this one.
again. And, you know, it's a little bit uncomfortable because I feel like she's a bully, she's a hater, she's
A
mean.
hater?
So I just want her to leave and then I'll get my makeup done.
Hey, Tommy girl. What's up? You got a hit time in 3 minutes, babe, with Matt Slap.
I'm
Tommy
definitely
girl.
nervous about not knowing.
Tommy
what to
girl.
expect. This is new territory for Jazz.
What was that? Fucking like a news language that they fucking spit there? Let me hear that again.
Hey, beauty queen.
Let me hear that language again.
Hey, Tommy girl. What's up? You got a hit time in 3 minutes, babe, with Matt Slap.
Hit time 3 minutes, babe, with Matt Slap. Do they call each other babe on fucking set? I mean, I guess. I don't know. I've never been on a set like that. I'm not part of Fox News.
I'm definitely nervous about not knowing what to expect. This is new territory for Jazz.
Oh yeah, she's ready.
Queen.
She is ready.
Hi. This is a little bit terrifying. We know that Tommy is capable of saying some pretty hateful things, but I don't want Jazz to see that I'm nervous. I want her to think that Jeanette and I are totally
What do you
cool
mean
and calm.
hateful? What are we talking about here?
So we're going to continue
There's
to
no
portray
hateful
that
anything
and hope
here.
that it's contagious.
Let's relax. Let's go into this neutral, guys.
Just to clarify, if I want to restate something that I said, I could do that, right? I could be like, okay. Walking onto set, I am a little bit nervous because I'm not sure what to expect today. I've never
Do I
done
look
something
stupid?
like this
Are you guys gonna
before.
like
It's
cut me
kind of a
out?
debate. I've seen her videos and she's a little bit of a bulldog.
It's not really the
Imagine walking on heels as a
worried about
dude,
in North
bro.
Carolina.
That shit must
It's
suck.
the creeps that will use it to self-identify as whatever gender will get them closer to their victims. Those on the left are all about feelings, while the rest of us just don't want to get raped.
Relax.
In the feelings, while the rest of us just don't want to get raped in the bathroom. You guys are going to be friends by the end of
That escalated quickly.
You guys are going to be friends by the end of this. Trust me.
Hey,
Go ahead,
that would be amazing.
Sure.
Thank you.
That's kind of a stretch. Tommy makes fun of transgender people, and it's insulting and hurtful. I think Jennifer's just trying to make it all rainbows.
Yeah, because you guys are going in there with a bias.
Everything's gonna be
I bet you.
Don't worry, you guys.
Look, I'm not no Tommy Lauren fan. I mean, she hasn't even been famous in like, I don't even know, like 2 or 3 years. Isn't she like? Don't they put her in Fox News like in the corner, like right here? Like everyone else is. There's like, but I doubt that Tommy actually hates transgender people, and they're just going into it with a bias already. Because, look, she just said, I just don't want people getting raped in bathrooms. That's a fair statement to make. I mean, if you're going to allow grown men who turn into women and they identify as women, regardless of what they wear and how they comport themselves, that they can just walk into a fucking woman's bathroom, that can lead to grounds for rape. And I think there's been cases already of that happening. Am I mistaken, Jamie? Look that up. Not trans people getting raped, but, you know. By the way, bleep out the R word. We're gonna need to bleep that out. 5 times transgender men abuse women and children in bathrooms. This is from the Daily Wire. Fucking Ben Shapiro. The leftist push to force both private and public entities to open their bathrooms and lockers room to gendered identity has recently exploded in the media. The governor of North Carolina's decision to reject such an ordinance by signing HB 2 into law has taken over the spotlight, folks. The left has caused the law as bigoted, along with those who agree with it. Baseball legend Colt Schilling was even fired from his job from ESPN for even expressing the opposite of an ordinance and proclaiming that the man is a man no matter what. A man is a man no matter what. So it says in February, the Daily Wire reported. Oh, they're just citing themselves here. And where did the Daily Wire get their source from? They just have gender and Seattle. Are these like tags? Dude, where'd you get your sources, bruh? King 5 News. Okay, so let's... Jamie, look up King 5 News, please. Seattle man undresses in women's locker room. NY Daily News. At a local pool tests new gender bathrooms. Daily News. All right, dudes, we need to stop with the ad blockers. I do not want ads, bruh. Seattle man undresses in women's locker room at local pool to test new transgender bathroom rule. A Seattle, Washington community is in uproar after a man undresses in the locker room at a local pool, seemingly to test a new rule that allows transgender people to use the bathroom of their gender identity, according to King 5 News. Let's click on that link. King 5 News, where you at? Oh, it's unavailable. They took it down. What's up? What happened to this? Let's go on fucking archive.org. See if I'm right. Oh, service. Okay. Let's go back to 2016. Dude, they took this page down.